Right. So this is going to be the video where I talk about the recent loss to LAFC in the US Open Cup, our fourth straight loss this season against them, the third time in the past year. They've knocked us out of a major tournament. I did record a review after the match where I was doing fan reactions at, but I was kind of tired. I don't think I was in the right headspace. So I just decided to give myself a couple of days, reflect, rewatch the highlights, come in with a proper analysis talking about not only just the game, but just overall thoughts. Just again, that I'm going to be reinforcing that I may have already said in previous videos in today's video. So it's going to be a one time take. We're going to just jump right into it. And first and foremost, let's talk about the match. We played LAFC again in a second cup competition, just recently playing them in the League's Cup quarterfinal, where got absolutely done diddled 3-0. I was hoping going into this match, we would make some significant changes because we've already lost to LAFC 3 times so far this season. We hadn't scored a goal from open play against them. I don't even know, until like 5 or 6 games back. We haven't scored against them from open play, which is not a good look. So I thought, okay, let's go in with hopefully a different approach, different lineup, different tactics. We officially announced Georgie as a signing right before the game, which I thought was like a huge W. And I had a feeling maybe that we would give him significant minutes in this game, at a different dimension, a different type of player on the offensive third that LAFC maybe have not seen much of, that has that trickery and can break down their defense, create those half chances. But Georgie got only like 7 minutes when we were already losing and we were throwing the kitchen sink at them. As I said, I was hoping we'd do something different, but guess what? By probably not many of anyone's surprise, and not at all, I'm not surprised by it, Schmetzer rolls out essentially the exact same lineup from the previous 2 games. Only change that he made was starting Thomas over Fry, which was the one change I didn't think was necessary. Do I think Thomas deserved the shout? Yeah, why not? I like Thomas quite a bit. I've said in multiple videos, I think he's got that dog in him, and I think he played really well in this game. And if he even saved Bouanga's penalty where he dove the right way, that would have been the cherry on the top for me. But yeah, we decided to roll out with the same lineup, and I just don't get it. I understand like Rusnak, Morris, Rothrock, Roldan, whatnot, all those guys played well against Minnesota and the previous games leading up to this. But didn't we already see this like twice before? It's like we've already seen this film happen before. We had good momentum going in, playing against LAFC. We were beating teams the first go around. We were on an undefeated streak. We played against them. We used the same lineup. We got destroyed. Okay. Fool me once, shame on you. We go into a good campaign so far in Leagues Cup. We're winning a bunch of games. We're playing pretty well for the most part with that similar lineup. Then we play against LAFC and they get absolutely destroyed. And we got fooled for a second time. So I thought, okay, Brian can't be that ridiculous to go 3 times in a row with that same lineup. Yes, we beat Minnesota and Rusnak scored a really good goal and whatnot, but to switch it up. Obviously, these guys are better against the lesser teams, and LAFC knows their tactics, knows their moves, and we need some fresh tactics offensively because, as I said, we hadn't scored against them in open play all season. So maybe going with a different lineup, different tactics, different formation. But no, we went in with the exact same one, which I was just astonished by it. I really was. And I just thought, okay, we'll just give ourselves the benefit of the doubt because I'm absolutely insane that we're seeing the same lineup 3 times and we already got destroyed by them 2 previous times. We go into the game. First time that we went into the half without conceding. It was 0-0. Wasn't bad. I mean, LAFC had the best chance where Jackson Reagan cleared it off the line and we didn't really create anything. We didn't really do much. Yeah, we were kind of holding the tempos going back and forth, but at the same time, what I was hoping for was we take the game to LAFC. They were leggy. They just lost in a cup final against a really strong Columbus team. A lot of these players are tired, mentally fragile. Yes, they might be motivated, but this was a huge opportunity. Just take the game to them. We were at home. We had the home crowd advantage, but we didn't do that. I think we played really safe and a bit pessimistically. And that was the one thing I talked about going into this game. Play smart. Don't be pessimistic, but play smart and take the game to them. But we didn't do that. And second half rolls around. We have 1 shot on target from about 20 yards out from Roldan, but that's the only chance we create. LAC have a few more good chances. Thomas makes a good save. Then they get a penalty. Was it the right call? Was it the wrong call? Probably wasn't the right call. It's in a gray area. I don't think it's deserved. I think it's really, really harsh. But at the same time, I feel like if the roles were reversed, where that happened for us, everyone would be screaming, oh, we should have gone a penalty for that. But they get the penalty undeservedly. Yeah, probably. But were they the better team? Yeah, I'd say so. And Bouanga scores. And then we throw the kitchen sink. We bring on De La Vega. Yes, we brought him on a little bit before that. He's the one who conceded the penalty, sadly enough. We bring on Rui Diaz a lot later than I want to, and then we bring on Georgie. Once we were already down, once it was the 84th minute, and I was like, why weren't you making these subs? I thought we should have made these subs at halftime. I think De La Vega, Rui Diaz, and Georgie all should have came on right when the second half started. You could just tell, yet again, Rusnak, Morris, Rothrock, all those guys, Christian Roldan, were all ineffective in this game. We've rolled out that same lineup, and none of them have been able to break down LAFC. And like our whole game plan, it felt like, I don't know if you guys saw it, was just hoof the ball to Morris and hope and pray. And I was like, dude, like, this is not an actual strategy. Like, this is not good tactics. We're purely relying on Morris's speed. And again, he ghosted in this match for the most part. We do get a goal right at the end. It is Morris, but he was offsides. Was it right? Was it wrong? I mean, they reviewed it, so the good chances is it was probably the right call. There was no clear-cut evidence that I saw of him being offsides, but we're just going to have to assume he was, I guess. And the thing that annoys me is why are we creating our one good chance in the 92nd minute? It's like as if we're the away team. No, we are the home team. We've played these guys 3 times prior. Are we going to learn our lesson? That's what's so frustrating to me is we didn't come in with that much better tactics. Yes, we controlled them a little bit more, but I think that's just due to them being leggy from the previous game. We didn't really do anything. We didn't create any clear-cut chances. In any of these games, we didn't create any clear-cut chances. That is why I wanted us to use a different lineup to offensively try to break down LAFC, try something different. If Pedro de la Vega was on a minutes restriction, start Georgie. Rui Diaz has shown in the past, yes, he might not be that guy anymore, but he has shown in the past that he can score goals against LAFC. Jordan Morris only has like 2 goals, I want to say, against LAFC, while Rui Diaz has like, what, 6 or 7? Like, I would rather take him to start this game. Yes, Morris is in better form, but we've already seen 3-4 times prior, he cannot break down or do anything against LAFC. Even when he's given chances, he's had good chances against them, but just can't score. Rusnak, again, ghosts against LAFC. These guys, like all of them, like the big players that we've seen in the past, Christian, João Paulo, Morris, Rusnak, they can show up against these lesser opponents, but whenever we play against a good team, an above average team, one of the top teams, they're ineffective. Like, I get it. They did well in the games leading up to it, but just try something different. Try a different tactic. Try a different approach. You can't use the same tactic that you used against San Jose as you do against LAFC, Brian. And that's what frustrated me. Again, it's once we conceded, once we were down, we start taking the game to them. Why don't we just take it to them from the get-go? I suggested we play a 5 in the back. I think it suits our defense a lot more. I think it would negate a lot of LAFC's attack and play a counter-attacking style. Obviously, playing the same thing of Rusnak, Morris, and praying didn't work. We're here again at a point where I don't really know what more to say about the team. I dropped fan reactions prior to this video being released, so if you guys want to watch that, make sure to go check it out after this one. It just seems like we've hit a huge, like a frustrating roadblock for fans. I mean, I've been saying it for a while now, but I think a lot of fans have caught on, maybe a little too late, but at least they've caught on. It's better late than never. It doesn't matter us beating Minnesota, us beating Austin, us beating FC Dallas. We're not a cutthroat team on and off the field with our transfers, with how we play on the field. The personnel just aren't what they used to be. They're older. It's part of life. Like, father time is undefeated. A lot of these guys just aren't the same guys. Injuries, age, it's all caught up. It's like, at what point will we just let go? Like, we're seeing teams get good players from South America, Europe, on TAM deals, on DP deals, but like, our TAMs are all players we've had for like 10 years. Morris, Roldan, Christian Roldan are on the max TAM deals. Rusnak is on a DP deal. I'm not saying Rusnak's a bad player. It's just like, he's filling up a DP spot. Look at all the other DPs across the league. Rusnak's not a DP level player, and I don't think he's going to want to take a pay cut. I don't know why would he, so I just don't see why he would take a TAM deal. Or I just don't want to waste that money. I just rather invest it somewhere else, or someone that, yeah, might be around his age, but is just like got more to his game. Like, kind of like what LA Galaxy did with bringing in Royce. Did they necessarily need Royce? No, but is he a good addition to have for depth if they want to win an MLS Cup, 100%, it's only going to help their team. It does not hinder their team. And I'm not saying we need to bring in a guy like Royce, but like keeping on the Galaxy point, maybe like a Peck, a Painsil. Like no one knew who these guys were before they came into MLS. I mean, obviously, if you're like a football head, you probably knew about Painsil because he was tearing up the Belgian Pro League prior to it. But when are things going to change? In my opinion, I'm just kind of done talking about this stuff. And I think this will be one of my last videos for this season. I will do probably content surrounding decision day against Portland, like doing fan reactions, maybe a video for it. But this is kind of I'm just so tired and frustrated of bringing up the same points. We're talking about the same things, and we win some games. And then when the game really matters, when the going gets tough, we're going to face LAFC. If we beat whoever in the playoffs in the first round, be it a Houston Dynamo, whoever it may be, we're going to play RSL or LAFC. Will we beat them? No. RSL always has our number. We have hit a roadblock. These guys are not the guys they used to be. If we even somehow miraculously made it to an MLS Cup, do you think we would beat the likes of Inter Miami, Columbus Crew, who we actually are facing off against in just a week or so? I am interested to see how this stretch of games we do, because we play Portland. I'll be at that game. I'm not doing any content for it. I'm just going to try to have a good time with my friends. Columbus will be a very interesting tale. It's a kind of a tough stretch of games we have coming up going into the playoffs. I want to see how consistent will we be against the better teams. Can we string good matches against them, play well against them? We'll just see what happens. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of just my thoughts. Play LAFC, we lose. I'm getting really tired of it because I hate losing against LAFC, but fair play to them. They own us. They own us now. They literally own us. We haven't beaten them since Cherundolo's been hired. It's been ages since we scored against them from open play. I think these should be reality checks in my opinion, because LAC will always be there. LAC will always keep growing. They'll keep getting good players. Like they had Velas, they had Bales, like they have had great players, but yet they don't settle. They still bring in Bouanga, they still bring in Bogusz, they still bring in Giroud. They're gonna try to get Griezmann. Many other teams are doing. Charlotte's doing it. The Colorado Rapids are doing it. Columbus is doing it. The list goes on, but we're not doing it. And adapt or die, and that we're dying. We're so dying right now, and that's just my thoughts about the game. Plans for content, as I said, I think probably just decision days. The next game I'll talk about something. Yeah, we might win some games, we might lose some games. We'll probably make the playoffs. Depending on who we play, we'll advance from the first round. But once we play the likes of RSL and LAFC, we know it's wraps. I mean, LAFC fans, when I was doing fan cams, were saying, can't wait to play you guys for a fifth time because they know they're going to get the fifth win. Like, oh man. And like they were joking about it. They weren't like, it's just friendly banter, but like I couldn't say anything because it's probably true. Like we're not going to beat them. We haven't even scored from open play. We scored one goal against them and it was a penalty on the home opener this season. Like, oh man, we are right now so cooked. We're so cooked. And I do have one very big video planned where it's like my ideal transfer window for the Sounders. It's a lot of changes and I don't think everyone's going to love it. But if you got ball knowledge, you see the vision, you'll probably be like, you know what, actually, it's just pretty fair. I'm not like saying sell the whole team or anything like that, but I would make some serious changes. I would look at certain positions of new acquisitions and players to sign, but I don't know. I'm just one guy. It's just an opinion. You guys got to let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Thoughts on the game, frustrations, maybe some positives. Because, I mean, I think there were some small positives. As I said, we kept ourselves in the game. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Make sure to smash the like button on today's video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And boys and girls, I hope you'll have a lovely day.